So it's Sunday today and we're heading up to Siem Reap from Phnom Penh with all of our worldly belongings in that car there. And we got caught in Phnom Penh city for about 2.5 hours in really heavy traffic because of the ASEAN summit and Joe Biden being there and just roads being closed. People couldn't get anywhere. It was gridlocked like crazy. Yes, caused the car to overheat. Now the air conditioning's not working. So we've stopped in at a garage here just to see if we can get it fixed. Yeah, off to a cracking start. My suitcase broke this morning and then, or at least the crack that was probably in it from the flight became much, much worse. And Jeremy's zip on his brand new suitcase broke. So if those are the 3 bad things that are going to happen today, the rest of it should be smooth sailing. Anyway, we're just rolling with it, see what happens. Takes as long as it takes. Our only job today is to get to Siem Reap, so I'm sure we will get there at some stage.
Okay, we've been standing around for about an hour and a half because of the ASEAN people going through. So our car is now overheating. Fantastic. So, but we stopped at this bread shop. I'm gonna get some treats. I might get a donut, whatever that thing is. We'll get a selection of stuff. Donuts. We go over here. All little hot dogs and danishes and breads. Wherever they are. Cakes. Ooh. Let's do it. Let's go nuts. Okay, I'm gonna get a selection and I'll be back.
Let's check in and see what Jeremy's doing with his time.
Okay, so it looks like we are at the auto garage. It looks like we're going to get something done to the engine or the fan belt or the fan or something. So let's eat our first item of pastry. And it is going to be a lovely chocolate / maybe donut. Okay, I'm going to have a bit of a bite and I'll report back on its juiciness and moistness. Okay. Whoa. Unsure if that was supposed to be a display piece, but that is probably the worst donut I've ever had in my life. It's like a weird hard rock with some chocolate on top. Okay, awful. Phnom Penh Bakery, you're not doing a very good deal. So we're going to have this one here. It's going to be I think it's a cheese and seaweed maybe, chives, bread. As you can see, Claire has had some already.
What are you doing in there, Jeremy?
Doing a review of this beautiful, that was awful, that donut.
Oh, was it?
It was dreadful.
Oh, that stick thing is quite nice.
Okay.
I had a bite off the end of that already.
Okay, so okay. Mmm.
It's a bit fishy inside, maybe. I don't know. There's something inside it. If you look in the end, you can see.
Oh, what is that?
I don't know. There's always something inside that you don't expect. Some kind of floss?
Oh.
Yeah, I think because I had the bum of it, there wasn't that much floss on my bit.
That's floss central.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So far, so bad.
I just saw a helicopter go over. Don't know who was in that.
Putin.
Yeah. Made our first stop of the trip. This is a roadhouse style toilet, so the toilet's not actually plumbed in to the water supply, so you have to scoop from the cistern on the right there into the toilet on the left. Lots of interesting sights when you're travelling on the road in Cambodia. We're at the second stop of the journey to Siem Reap today. Just cooling the engine while we sit down and have a bit of food. Yeah, it's the usual kind of place that you stop at. So far so good. I think we'll be there at about 6 o'clock tonight. Thanks for sticking around till this part of the video. So we need to talk about distances and prices and all that kind of thing now. So the distance from Phnom Penh to Siem Reap, if you're going from, let's say, Central Market in Phnom Penh to the Old Market in Siem Reap, is 317 kilometres. Now in Australia, if you're travelling by road, you would allow about an hour for each 100 kilometres. But in Cambodia, it's double that. So you'll need to allow an hour for every 50 kilometres that you're travelling, which equates to about 6 hours for the trip between Phnom Penh and Siem Reap. So it does take a long time to travel that road. Okay, so different ways that you can travel along that road. The first way and the cheapest way is to get a seat in a minivan. Now you can do that by using Cambo Ticket website, and I'll leave a link to that. You can put in the date of your travel and it will bring up all of the different departure times and all of the different costs for the different buses. And they range for a minivan, which is about a 15-seater, from $10 to $13, let's say, for that trip. If you want something a bit more luxurious, you can go for the giant Ibis bus. And that's a big bus company. It is about $17 for the journey from Phnom Penh to Siem Reap. Also takes about 6 hours, but it's a much more comfortable ride than the minivan. So if I was choosing between the two, I would definitely go the giant Ibis. I think it's definitely worth the extra $4 for the comfort. And the option that we chose was to take a private car or a taxi with a driver, and it cost about $75. So we paid $75, but you can see them advertised for between $70 and $80 is about average for that trip now. But bear in mind that that's for the entire car, so for the 4 seats. So if you're traveling with 3 other people, obviously it brings the cost per traveler right down, and it becomes much more economical if you're in a group. Some of these companies that you'll see also have minivans that you can hire the entire 8 or 9 seat minivan, and those are slightly more expensive. Again, if you're with a bigger group, it's an economy of scale and becomes much more affordable. What I would recommend is that you join a Facebook group called Taxi Share Cambodia. If you go in there, you'll see people advertising the different prices for these trips, and I'll show you some examples now. They list the different destinations and how much they charge to each one. So you can easily see how much it's going to cost, and the prices are all very similar. Some people have a preference for one driver over another, and if you find a good driver, definitely keep using them, because some of them are a little bit less safe, let's say. They're kind of not against using their phone a lot while driving, things like that. So we made it to Siem Reap. It was just after 5:30 when we arrived there, and the rain thankfully had stopped. And we spent a week in the lovely Secret Garden Homestay. Now this is an excellent choice if you're coming to Siem Reap long term and you just need somewhere to stay to find while you're looking for an apartment to stay in the longer term. They offer weekly and monthly stays as well as overnight, but where this place really comes into its own is in the monthly stays. The price that you'll pay includes, and this is where it's, a really, really good deal. It includes Wi-Fi, it includes water, and it includes electricity. So if you stay for a week or a month, you're going to have a very good deal there. So we paid $80 for the room that we stayed in for the month, and that same room would cost $200 if you're staying for the entire month. So I think that's a great deal when you consider that electricity is included in that. It's a really good place for a soft landing. It's very close to Pub Street. It's just south of that area of town. It takes about 10 minutes to walk to Pub Street, as you can see. You can also walk slightly south along the river to the bridge that crosses Siem Reap River just near the Angkor Mussel Market. Angkor Mussel Gym. And you can access all of the restaurants in the Wat Dam Nak area very easily too. So it's a great location.